Hi there. I'm Amanda Campbell, and I write the Way I See It theater blog. And I'd like to tell you about a little boy that I taught at theater camp 3 summers ago who filled my heart with hope and joy and inspiration. I taught this little boy when he was 8 years old, and he was jubilant and confident and blithe and kind-hearted and sweet with a wide open heart. He also happened to prefer wearing his older sister's clothes, so he would come to camp wearing flared jeans with butterflies embroidered on them, or patches with flowers, and a pink shirt or a purple shirt, and a big colorful bandana covering his mop of curly blonde hair. And as you can probably imagine, this garnered quite a bit of attention from the other kids on the playground. And as his teacher, my initial instinct was to become fiercely protective of him. I went into mama bear mode, and I thought that any bully who would dare mess with him would have to go through me first. But what amazed me so much about this kid was that instead of protecting him from a pack of bullies, I watched as his earnest assertion of confidence in himself, and just by how embracing who he was and what his heart was telling him to do, he ended up teaching all of these impressionable young children that it was okay to be different, and that the strict distinctions that most of these kids had already learned about what a girl was supposed to be or what a boy was supposed to be actually had this huge, wonderful middle ground, and that was okay. And for 2 weeks I watched as these kids leapt from being confused or judgmental or mean about the way that this kid expressed himself to just accepting it, like they accepted that some kids had different color skin or different color hair or different color eyes. And it amazed me that at 8 years old, this one extraordinary child, just by having the confidence and the courage to follow his heart, had helped to foster a sense of equality and tolerance at a summer camp. And of course, not all of these kids are going to go on to take this lesson to heart in the future as they grow, but many of them will. And it'll be these kids that will go on to crusade for a better world. Of course, summer camp, theater summer camp filled with elementary school kids is a much friendlier place for this sort of thing to take place than junior high or high school. Adolescence brings about harsh challenges for everyone, whether you're gay or straight or bisexual or transgendered. And I often wonder, and sometimes I worry about how my little friend is doing. He's now 11, and I hope that the outside world hasn't squashed his beautiful and hopeful spark that he has. But I think that in the midst of even hell that teenagehood can be, it's important to remember how powerful you are. And to know that if this one little 8-year-old boy can open hearts and change minds of the kids at summer camp, you also have the power to change and open hearts and to make the world a friendlier place for everyone. Most people in junior high and high school are just striving to fit in. And I've learned that the cliches about bullies are true. That the root of bullying, the root of bitchiness and jealousy and vindictiveness and malicious gossip and exclusion of some certain children all stems from the bully's lack of self-esteem. Bullies are trying to tear down the people who feel most confident, who feel most happiness, who are proud and secure in who they are and what they believe, and the people who have powerful dreams, not only for themselves and their own future, but for the future of the world, because the bullies find this threatening. And bullies try to tear down people, and they manipulate them into believing the negative bullshit that they spew out of ignorance and hatred and their own insecurity. And the worst thing that can happen is when people are bullied and they start to turn inwards on themselves, and they start telling themselves that they're inferior, and that there's something wrong with them, or that their lives are worthless, and that they are alone. And this isn't true. And if you feel like self-loathing, or thoughts of depression, or self-harm, or despair are bogging you down and overwhelming you, or if you know someone that is feeling these things that you're worried about, please, please, please go and talk to someone. Go talk to your parents, go talk to a teacher or a guidance counselor or a friend, and share your feelings and your thoughts with them. because I guarantee that having this discussion with somebody who loves you and someone who accepts you, even if you have to find someone on the internet safely that is like-minded or who has similar experiences with these sorts of things, it will make the cloud of despair and the huge cloud of doom that can sometimes be completely overwhelming, it will make it disappear, knowing that you have somebody out there who cares about you and somebody who is going through the same thing you're going through. Because believe me, you are not alone. There's someone out there who feels just like you do. There are people who've gone through what you're going through, and they can help you. And they'll support you and love you through it. And believe me when I tell you, it does get better. As you grow up, I know that from my own experience, I found that the people who made me feel small in junior high, the people who made my life miserable in high school, after I graduated, suddenly their opinions, their judgments, the way that they conduct their lives suddenly seemed insignificant to me. And I felt like I was able to fly away from the hold that they once had on me. And I was able to rise above it and continue on with my own dreams and my own goals. And I know that it seems like it might be a faraway, distant dream, but it really, high school may seem like the longest 3 years of your life, but it's only 3 years, and it's worth it. It's worth it to come out on the other side. And you will find a whole tribe of people, like-minded friends who will support you and accept you and love you, and you will have the best, most crazy and wonderful adventures with them. And I hope that you can be brave even when you're in high school, even when you're in junior high school and elementary school, that you can be brave and embrace the wonderful, beautiful person that you are and follow your heart and your spirit, and that you will defy the bullies and that you won't let them dampen your spirits or your enthusiasm or your pride or your self-confidence, because I guarantee the more confident and the more joyful that you are and the more that you embrace the person that you are, people will flock to you, and you will find your tribe faster. You will find the like-minded people. You will inspire other kids to be their own true selves, and you will amass a huge array of different people around you who will protect you. You will all protect each other from the bullies who are trying to tear you down. And I know that the more people that band together, the more likely we are to make bullying completely obsolete in our schools. Because being gay is not a choice, but being cruel to other people is. And in junior high and high school, teenagers are always looking up to other people, whether it's the younger kids looking up to the older kids, or kids looking to fit in or looking for leadership just in their own classes. And that means that teenagers have the most power to inspire other teenagers. And if you can inspire, if people can inspire children to feel miserable about themselves, they have just as much power to empower other teenagers and to make them feel great and to embrace themselves and to go forth with kindness and respect. And I know that this can happen in our schools, and I know that it's going to take courage, and I know it's going to take determination and dedication, but I know that it can happen. And my little wondrous friend proves to me that the future is bigger and brighter and better for all the children of the rainbow who will go to high school in the future. And this inspires me and makes me very hopeful and very optimistic. If you feel like you are being bullied, and if you feel like the world is crashing in around you, and please ask for help if you're in trouble. And please believe that you are strong and you are beautiful, and love yourself for who you are, and be proud and follow your heart, because there is a place where you belong, and you will find it. And when you do, your future will be fabulous. So please hang on to that faith and love yourself, and just believe in yourself, because I believe in you. Hang on.